The Java language has undergone several changes since JDK 1.0 as well as numerous additions of classes and packages to the standard library. Since J2SE 1.4, the evolution of the Java language has been governed by the Java community process, which uses Java Specification Requests to propose and specify additions and changes to the Java platform. The language is specified by the Java Language Specification. Changes to the JLS are managed under JS 901. In addition to the language changes, much more dramatic changes have been made to the Java class library over the years, which has grown from a few hundred classes in JDK 1.0 to over 3,000 in J2SE 5. Entire new APIs, such as Swing and Java2D, have been introduced, and many of the original JDK 1.0 classes and methods have been deprecated. Some programs allow conversion of Java programs from one version of the Java platform to an older one. After the Java 7 release, Oracle promised to go back to a 2-year release cycle. However, in 2013, Oracle announced that they would delay Java 8 by 1 year, in order to improve the Java security model. JDK Alpha and Beta Java public releases had highly unstable APIs and APIs. The supplied Java web browser was named WebRunner. JDK 1.0, originally called Oak. Initial release. The first stable version, JDK 1.0.2, is called Java 1. Notier in versions of Java and the JDK up to 1.0.1, private and protected keywords could be used together to create yet another form of protection that would restrict access to methods or variables solely to subclasses of a given class. As of 1.0.2, this capability has been removed from the language. JDK 1.1, major additions included, an extensive retooling of the AWT event model, inner classes added to the language, Java Beans, JDBC, RMI, reflection which supported introspection only, no modification at runtime was possible. JIT, just-in-time, compiler on Microsoft Windows platforms, produced for JavaSoft by Symantec, J2SE 1.2, codename Playground. This and subsequent releases through J2SE 5.0 were rebranded retrospectively Java 2 and the version name J2SE replaced JDK to distinguish the base platform from J2E and J2ME. This was a very significant release of Java as it tripled the size of the Java platform to 1520 classes and 59 packages. Major additions included, strict keyword, the Swing graphical API was integrated into the core classes, Sun's JVM was equipped with a JIT compiler for the first time, Java plugin, Java IDL, an IDL implementation for CORBA interoperability, collections framework, J2SE 1.3, codename Kestrel. The most notable changes were, Hotspot JVM included, RMI was modified to support optional compatibility with CORBA, Java naming and directory interface included in core libraries, Java Platform Debugger Architecture, Java Sound, Synthetic Proxy Classes, J2SE 1.4, codename Merlin. This was the first release of the Java platform developed under the Java community process as JSR 59. Major changes included, language changes, assert keyword, library improvements, regular expressions modeled after Perl regular expressions, exception chaining allows an exception to encapsulate original lower-level exception, Internet Protocol version 6 support, non-blocking I/O, logging API, Image I/O API for reading and writing images in formats like JPEG and PNG, integrated XML parser and XSLT processor, integrated security and cryptography extensions, Java Web Start included, Preferences API, support and security updates for Java 1.4 ended in October 2008. J2SE 5.0, codename Tiger. Originally numbered 1.5, which is still used as the internal version number. The number was changed to better reflect the level of maturity, stability, scalability and security of the J2SE. This version was developed under JSR 176. J2SE 5.0 ended its end of public updates period on April 8, 2008. Updates are no longer available to the public as of November 3, 2009. Updates were available to Oracle customers until May 2014. Tiger added a number of significant new language features. Generics provides compile time type safety for collections and eliminates the need for most typecasts. Metadata, also called annotations, allows language constructs such as classes and methods to be tagged with additional data, which can then be processed by metadata-aware utilities. Autoboxing unboxing, automatic conversions between primitive types and primitive wrapper classes. Enumerations, the enum keyword creates a type-safe, ordered list of values. Previously this could only be achieved by non-type-safe constant integers or manually constructed classes. For args, the last parameter of a method can now be declared using a type name followed by 3 dots. In the calling code any number of parameters of that type can be used and they are then placed in an array to be passed to the method, or alternatively the calling code can pass an array of that type. Enhanced for each loop, the for loop syntax is extended with special syntax for iterating over each member of either an array or any iterable, such as the standard collection classes. Fix the previously broken semantics of the Java memory model, which defines how threads interact through memory. Static imports. There were also the following improvements to the standard libraries: automatic stub generation for RMI objects. Swing, new skinnable look and feel, called synth. The concurrency utilities in package Java util concurrent. Scanner class for parsing data from various input streams and buffers. Java 5 is the last release of Java to officially support the Microsoft Windows 9X line, while Windows Vista is the newest version of Windows that J2SE5 was supported on prior to Java 5 going end of life in October 2009. Java 5 is the default version of Java installed on Apple Mac OS X 10.5. Java 6 can be installed and set as the default to be used on 64-bit processor machines. Java 6 is also supported by 32-bit machines running Mac OS X 10.6. Java SE6, codename Mustang. As of this version, Sun replaced the name J2SE with Java SE and dropped the .0 from the version number. Internal numbering for developers remains 1.6.0. This version was developed under JSR 270. During the development phase, new builds including enhancements and bug fixes were released approximately weekly. Beta versions were released in February and June 2006, leading up to a final release that occurred on December 11, 2006. Major changes included in this version: support for older Win9X versions dropped. Unofficially, Java 6 Update 7 was the last release of Java shown to work on these versions of Windows. This is believed to be due to the major changes in Update 10. Scripting language support, generic API for tight integration with scripting languages, and built-in Mozilla JavaScript Rhino integration, dramatic performance improvements for the core platform, and Swing. Improved web service support through JAXWS, JDBC 4.0 support. Java Compiler API, an API allowing a Java program to select and invoke a Java compiler programmatically. Upgrade of JAX Beta version 2.0 including integration of a STX parser. Support for pluggable annotations, many GUI improvements, such as integration of Swing Worker in the API, table sorting and filtering, and true Swing double buffering. JVM improvements include synchronization and compiler performance optimizations, new algorithms and upgrades to existing garbage collection algorithms, and application startup performance. Java 6 reached the end of his supported life in February 2013, at which time all updates, including security updates, were scheduled to be stopped. Oracle released one more update to Java 6 in March 2013, which patched some security vulnerabilities. Java 6 updates. After Java 6 release, Sun, and later Oracle, released several updates which, while not changing any public API, enhanced end-user usability or fixed bugs. Java SE7. Java 7 is a major update that was launched on July 7, 2011 and was made available for developers on July 28, 2011. The development period was organized into 13 milestones. On June 6, 2011, the last of the 13 milestones was finished. On average, 8 builds were released per milestone. The feature list of the OpenJDK7 project lists many of the changes. Additions in Java 7 include JVM support for dynamic languages, with the new invoker dynamic bytecode under JSR292, following the prototyping work currently done on the multi-language virtual machine, compressed 64-bit pointers, these small language changes. Strings in switch, automatic resource management in try statement, improved type inference for generic instance creation, also known as the diamond operator, simplified Varrock's method declaration, binary integer literals, allowing underscores in numeric literals, catching multiple exception types and rethrowing exceptions with improved type checking. Concurrency utilities under JSR 166, new file I/O library to enhance platform independence and add support for metadata and symbolic links. The new packages are Java IO file and Java IO file attribute. DMSort is used to sort collections and arrays of objects instead of merge sort, library-level support for elliptic curve cryptography algorithms, and a pipeline for Java2D, which improves handling of features specific to modern GPUs, new platform APIs for the graphics features originally implemented in version 6.U10 as unsupported APIs, enhanced library-level support for new network protocols, including SCTP and Sockets Direct Protocol, upstream updates to XML and Unicode, Lambda, Jigsaw, and part of Coin were dropped from Java 7. Java 8 will be released with the remaining features. From April 2012, Java 7 has been the default version to download on java.com. Java 7 updates. Oracle plans to issue updates to the Java 7 family on a quarterly basis. Java SE 8. Java 8 was released on March 18, 2014 and included some features that were planned for Java 7 but later deferred. Work on features was organized in terms of JDK enhancement proposals. JSR 335, JEP 126, language-level support for Lambda expressions under Project Lambda and default methods which make multiple inheritance possible in Java. There was an ongoing debate in the Java community on whether to add support for Lambda expressions. Some later declared that Lambda expressions would be included in Java and asked for community input to refine the feature. Supporting Lambda expressions also allows to perform functional style operations on streams of elements, such as map-reduce transformations on collections. Default methods allow an author of API to add new methods to an interface without breaking the old code using it. It also provides a way to use multiple inheritance of implementation more precisely. JSR 223, JEP 174, Project Nashorn, a JavaScript runtime which allows developers to embed JavaScript code within applications. JSR 308, JEP 104, Annotation on Java Types, Unsigned Integer Arithmetic, JSR 337, JEP 120, Repeating Annotations, JSR 310, JEP 150, Date and Time API, JEP 178, Statically Linked JNI Libraries, JEP 153, Launch JavaFX Applications, JEP 122, Remove the Permanent Generation. Java 8 is not supported on Windows XP. But as of JDK 8 Update 5, it still can run under Windows XP after forced installation by directly unzipping from the installation executable. Java 8 Updates, Java SE 9, at Java 1 2011, Oracle discussed features they hope to have in a 2016 release of Java 9. Including better support for multi-gigabyte heaps, better native code integration, and a self-tuning JVM. JSR 294, modularization of the JDK under Project Jigsaw, JSR 354, money and currency API. There are plans to add automatic parallelization using OpenCL. Java SE 10, there is speculation of removing primitive data types, as well as moving towards 64-bit addressable arrays to support large data sets somewhere around 2018. However, There is some information that indicates that primitive data types will not be removed. Implementations. OpenJDK is a free and open-source implementation of the Java Platform, Standard Edition. Before OpenJDK, several free Java implementations were done by various companies and groups such as Apache Harmony. IBM also provides Java implementations, and Red Hat provides it through the ICE-T project, a build and integration project for OpenJDK. References. External links. Official Java SE downloads, Early History of Java, Full list of changes for J2SE 1.3, Full list of changes for J2SE 1.4, Full list of changes for J2SE 5.0, Full list of changes for Java SE 6, Mustang development site for Java SE 6, Java SE 7 release notes, Sun Java supported versions and EOL, downloads archive for older version of Java.